I'm gonna open up the floor for questions because we're here because I know people want to try to get on YouTube or on YouTube. I encourage that if you want to try it, go for it. I mean, any questions, anyone, anything. Yes, sir.
When you're having to process your videos and stuff, how much RAM typically is being used at once?
It's like what he mentioned too. It depends on how big of a video you're working with, how many edits you toss into it. So on average, I try and make my videos 15 to maybe 30 minutes at most. Depends on what you're playing. So I've been doing a lot of dating simulators recently because I get a kick out of them because they're really hilarious to play. And I might throw some edits in there. So some of them had some nudity or like some sensual spots in there that I've tossed censor bars in to cover, and just tossing in a few photo edits on there might add a little bit more time to work on there. I don't know quite the RAM usage. I would suggest anyone who's doing like video edits to have at least a computer with 16 gigs of RAM, 12 to 16, because not only are you using a recording software, but you're also having to run the software to run the game at the same time. When you edit it, you only have one program going. But that usually takes an hour or two to process something like that, about a half hour. When I did the Markiplier, you're welcome, there was no edits. It was just straight rendering video to post up on there. That actually took longer because I recorded in a higher quality. I've had to replace my camera recently due to an incident, but I now have a camera that shoots in 4K. And if anyone ever uses like a GoPro or anything that shoots in high resolution or any mirrorless, I'm gonna warn you, these are gonna take forever to process because you're shooting at a much higher resolution. And it's kind of like when you went from digital cameras that shot from 8 megapixels to 24 megapixels. They're much bigger and there's much more for the computer to process. So expect the fact that you're going to be sitting for a couple hours on that. I'll have to double check next time I do it, see what my RAM usage is when I go through it.
Is it ever like more than 16?
Unless you're throwing in some 3D edits, I don't think so. One of our other friends, him and his roommate does like daily, like old school bit ones, and they throw all kinds of graphics in there. They run on 20 gigs of RAM on their desktop, and I don't think they ever have any issues on there. It's more along the lines if you want to run stuff at like super high resolution or anything like that, or if you want to do like lightsaber edits or like blaster edits, or actually throw in like a green screen background. That's the whole, if you want to go to like the next level, a lot of those really nice YouTubers do, where they actually have green screens and that. They're usually doing 2 or 3 computers that are doing edits for a lot of these videos, where one will render the video with the green screen with the background all behind them, and then the other one will render in the weapon edits, or like Freddie Wong will do like a lot of he'll do airsoft, but he'll make them look like they're real firearms or lightsabers or portal guns or anything like that. And eventually, I would like to get to that. But again, you're talking about you need computers that can handle the RAM strain on that, because Adobe is notorious as one of the best edits out there, but it's also notorious for it takes a lot of CPU processing speed to do. And I know I'm probably talking a lot of tech talk, but it's best to just read research. Not one computer is always going to be the best for others. Some might need a little bit less, some might need a little bit more.
If you're looking for a hard number, like someone wants to put a gun to your head, say, give me a number, 16 gigs is all you really need for anything outside of the super intensive stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not recording yourself on OBS with 1080p, going for 60K, and everything else, you don't need more than 16.
Okay.
Yeah. That was another thing I was starting to get onto, is one of the best and free recording softwares you can use is OBS. OBS, I've run into a lot of other YouTubers said it's one of the best things to get into. Now I'm going to warn you, it's going to glitch every once in a while. It's not perfect. But it's one of the best ones to get out there that you can record game software, or you can record your screen, or it's good if you are trying to do like anime music videos and you need like actual reference from a show, where you can cut and crop it on out and throw it in there. It's one of the best softwares to get in there. Nick, you use it, don't you?
Oh yeah.
What's the whole answer?
OBS, actually.
Open broadcast software. The other option people would like to argue is XSplit, but XSplit has a pay option.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's one of the best free softwares you're gonna have. So this is what you're gonna have when you do OBS. Now, don't
Thank
get me
you.
wrong, it's showing the screen as is.
Favorite screen.
But I have it on, if you want to record game footage, it's best to do display capture and video capture. So you can have, actually display and game capture. So when you go and you pull up, like you want to do a game, you can go to the options of this is the game I want to run, and you'll select on it and it will focus on that game window. But you also want it to record your video, and I don't know, and I think it's a bug with the software, but it helps correct it, because it used to cause it to where we'd have videos that would seem like they're skippy when we started getting into this. And that's why I said, read a lot of this. There are blogs, I can't tell you the amount of information that are on there that have helped you, like, oh, okay, that's how that's resolved, or that's how that's fixed. But yeah, it's one of the best free softwares out there. There are nicer ones. You can get, the completionist was telling me, you can get like an Adobe monthly package, or I think where you pay like $15 a month, and it has like all the software package on there. As long as you pay that $15 a month, you get all the things, and it has a really good recording software on there that runs amazingly well. That's if you just eventually want to pay that much.
I believe it's called the Adobe Cloud.
Huh?
The Adobe Cloud.
The Adobe Cloud, okay. Because he was telling me one night, I'll remember it as like the Adobe package with all the software. I don't use it yet. Because I have, this serves my purpose right now at this point. I rambled on again. Anyone else have any more questions? Yes, sir.
What would you recommend for a person who's doing like drawing tutorials and digital pieces? Because I record myself drawing on my computer, I do illustrations.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know any people, any YouTubers who do that for a living?
Yeah, actually, my friend Lexi from St. Louis works for Team Frederator, and she is an amazing artist. If the internet will actually pull up, I'll actually pull up her channel, and she does speed draws, where she'll go through and she's got an above camera over her desk. Now she doesn't do digital; she does actual drawn hand media, and if the internet is strong enough, because if not. The internet's not gonna be strong enough. But she goes through and she'll have like a couple like studio lights above, and then she's got like a desk all set out, and she's got like a quad pod over with her camera on it, so that way you don't have the weird shadow positioning on that. And she'll do, I'm not sure if she records at so much of a frame rate, but you're doing more of the digital medium, right?
Yeah.
OBS would work perfectly because it has an option that you can get in there where you can actually put in what is called a stream key. So you can put it to like Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. And then what you do is you would go to OBS, and OBS will have a start streaming option. So what it'll do is it'll pretty much show what's on your screen as is. Now I'm going to warn you, it's going to show what's on your screen. So make sure you don't have anything on your screen you don't want seen.
It's just research.
Research.
We went. I did a panel one time, and what was funny, we always keep a file on there of weird things we find, and I had it titled my porn folder, but it was hotkeyed on top of my bar. And I put it up there, and I was like, all right, here, we're going to show an informational link on this, and it pulled up mine. Anyone who's on Google knows it's got your hotbars of what you got. And I'm like that, and I'm like, blocking it on the thing, and I'm like, all right, closing down the window, and it wasn't anything bad, but I'm like, I have to be professional about this. But she uses, I think she uses like the Adobe editing software on there, but yeah, if you're looking for something that'll stream, OBS is great. Streaming, I will say though, is going to take up some RAM quite a bit.
Oh yeah, a lot more.
It's a lot more CPU than it is. Right?
Yeah, a lot more CPU on it, but it's gonna make your computer struggle a little bit.
I already used to have a video rate.
Okay, good.
I wanted to know how successful, have you know people that do that?
I'm going to tell you the trick of YouTube. It's hit and miss. Don't go in thinking you're going to be successful. Go in because you like it. Repetition. I literally did stuff for 5 or 6 months and didn't get it. I'm going to pardon how I phrase this. I didn't get jack shit for attention. But I did it because I liked it. And literally one fall, whoever here's heard of Five Nights at Freddy's? Okay. Right that year when it first came out, we made a Freddy and a Chica and a Foxy costume. Well, I lived in Michigan at that time, and I was moving back down to Illinois. The truck we got to move me was smaller than what we ordered, so I had some stuff I had to get rid of. And those were my Freddy and the Chica costume we had. And that was right when the big old meme of when mom is not home was really popular. Was the dad playing the trombone and the kid slamming on the stove. So we're getting ready to leave and I'm like, you know what, I have this really good idea that we should just videotape this and throw this on the internet and it'd be hilarious. And we videotaped it and the guy that was wearing my Freddy costume, and I could swear I have it on here. It's at the end of one of the videos I'm gonna show you. But we went and did it and he was so small compared to me in it, the head kept falling off of him. So he's trying to bounce around to it. We made a fake trombone. This is all like last 5 minutes. And I got people years from then now are like, that trombone doesn't look real. In my mind, I'm like, I made it in 3 minutes. Nope, it doesn't look real.
That's not an animatronic monster.
Oh, I know.
You're a phony.
In the comments and you're like, they're either being trolls or they're really not thinking hard enough. And that's what the YouTube's gonna be, but it's, point being is that we made a fun little video in like 5 minutes and the 7th take, because it didn't seem right, it seemed too stiff, and I'm like, come on, just go out for it. He's in his socks on a wood floor. The last minute, the head kept falling off, so he got his hand on there and he's bouncing around like this, and you'll see the video in a moment. And it got to the point where it's the song where it's like, everybody can jump. He looks like he slips and face plants, but it's actually him just dive bombing the floor. And we had to shut the camera off because all of us started busting up laughing. So we laughed about 8 or 9 times. Watch this, someone goes, throw it on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, at this point, again, I've had 50 subs on my channel. I'm thinking, there's no way this is gonna be big and popular. And we threw it on Facebook the next morning. Someone goes, wow, there's like 3,000 views on this. Then after lunch, we're like, wow, there's 10,000 views on this. And then when we go outside, there's 20,000 views on it. And it shot up to